In 1978, as a young 11-year-old boy, a friend at school said to me, "Do you fancy coming football?" I'd never been to a football match with my friends. I went, "Yeah, okay." That friend took me to Tottenham Hotspur, and we stood in a small area at the top of the shelf where I actually sit now. And back in them days, it was known as the Cage. It was full of punk rockers, skinheads, and all that kind of stuff, all the big lads. And it was absolutely ram-packed. You could not move. I could barely stand still. And when goals went in, you surged forward. And as a little skinny lad, I was carried with it, with my feet off the floor. And from that day, I was absolutely hooked on football. And from there, I went out to watch games all over the country, travelling on the trains and so on. Absolutely loved it. Met some absolutely brilliant people. Lots and lots of school friends who I still keep in touch with now. Anyway, I was fortunate enough to be going to football at a time when Tottenham won the FA Cup in 81, the FA Cup in 82, the UEFA Cup in 84, and it was the biggest thrill of my life celebrating. I can remember after the 81 final going to Trafalgar Square and dancing in the fountains there. My mate, who had took me to football in the first place, and myself, we'd coloured our hair blue, and this is in times when that was not a normal thing to do. And it got wet and it was all running down our faces, so I ended up looking like a Smurf more than anything. Anyway, I'm digressing. Since then, it's been pretty barren, with the odd cup here and there, few and far between. And we became the Banter club of the Premier League. And in fact, we became the Banter club of the Football League altogether. Everyone wants to have a dig, everyone wants to take the piss. And it's been soul destroying and difficult the whole time. To win that trophy on Wednesday night in Bilbao was one of the most emotional moments I've been through related to football since those early days in the early 80s. It means the absolute world to me. I've been able to travel to some of the away games during this competition, and I've been able to go with my son and with my son-in-law and with some good friends, and those are moments that I'll never forget. And it's football that brings people together, shared experiences and memories that you'll never forget. Here we are in 2025 and I'm still talking about 1981, reminiscing about how that felt, about 84. We're talking 40 years and I'm still banging on about it. My grandsons were able to sit with their dad and watch a final and watch Tottenham win a trophy, and that will live with them forever. The memories that we will have as a family from my friend taking me to Tottenham in 1978 creates that legacy, and I hope that one day my grandsons will be able to take their grandsons to football and to continue to see some level of glory. People can mock, people can laugh, people can degrade this achievement, but ultimately it's about the fans, it's about us. The players will become legends, they will be written into the history books, but for us these memories will last a lifetime and will be shared over the years, and these stories will be talked about. You can ask a Newcastle fan, you can ask a Crystal Palace fan, and they will be saying exactly the same. These teams have been starved of success. So to be able to take this one moment and enjoy it and savour it for as long as you can, because you don't know when the next one comes. But fingers crossed that this is the start of something, not the end of something. And we can continue to see these sorts of moments and feel that emotion again and again and again. I've absolutely loved it, absolutely loved it. 17th and European winners. Unbelievable. Roll on next year. Well done, Ange. Well done, the team. And let's hope that we can keep on going. Here's some other shared experiences. Have a look.
Hi, Lee, the Dorset Spur. Brad is here. You've asked us a question. What does it mean to me about Tottenham winning a trophy? Well, it's hard for me to put it into words because it's not any trophy. It's a massive European trophy. If it was something like the FA Cup, I've been buzzing. But this trophy, I'm fucking ecstatic. And it's not only gets that monkey off of our back, but it's the banner. It's a massive middle finger at all them teams that gives us shit every fucking year. 17 years without a trophy, boom, out of that, European title, champions of Europe. Absolutely insane. It's a massive weight lifted off the team. It can only get better from here, surely. This trophy was the main one that I wanted. I was dreaming and praying for this trophy. The rewards from this, huge, absolutely huge. Finished 17th in the Prem. We know we sacrificed that for a trophy because that's all we wanted. We wanted a trophy. Over that first hurdle, and it's like plain sailing from here. Winning the Europa League straight into Champions League. We're going to attract bigger, better players, more prize money. We get 60 million per game. That's insane. So it's a massive boost for us. Talking for me personally, being in the new town to watch it with all the South Dorset Spurs and other fans, made it special. I really wanted to go to the game, but you know what it's like with the wife. She weren't happy that I went to Amsterdam and Budapest, so I couldn't push my luck with that, otherwise I'd be getting divorced again. I got to sit there with my boys. Joshua, my youngest, 11. He's absolutely mad about Tottenham, and I don't really want to say this, but his mum bought him a Man City kit because he was getting so much stick from all the lads at school and the boys that he plays football with because he supports Tottenham. But now he can hold his head up high. He's 11. You know what it's like at 11. They want to be with the winners and that. He understands it, but I get it. You're 11. Oh, you support Tottenham. Oh, they ain't won nothing. It knocks his morale. Now, you can imagine him in the playground trying to give him shit. European champions. You'll never sin that. That's what it's about, innit? That's what it means to me. And my boy is buzzing. Both my boys. My eldest, Morgan, he doesn't really like football. But for him to witness that with all us lot, I think we had 64 Spurs fans in the Newtown club, and to see the atmosphere and what it meant to everyone. I had tears, I was crying. I didn't know what to do with myself. So for him to see that, he knows how much it means to me, and it's kind of inspired him to support Tottenham just that little bit more. But yeah, that's what it means to me. It means everything to me. I'm so chuffed for the team. Up the Spurs. Tottenham till I die.
Hi Lee, this is Bob. You asked the question, how do we feel about winning a major trophy? Over the moon. I know I don't sound it, but it's been 17 long years and we've been the butt of jokes from so many clubs and the Spursy tag, and this season finishing probably 17th in the league, the North London rivals being second and actually not winning anything for 4 years. But it was just North London's white. Actually, the whole of London's white. We are champions of Europe. Now, you can say West Ham won a cup 2 years ago in Europe, but that was the Mickey Mouse European Cup. We've won, the Europa League. And yes, we were playing against a team like Man United that has been just as bad as us. But let's be totally honest, how many times have we got to finals or big games and semi-finals and not performed, not turned up, not scored? And I'll tell you what, on the actual night of the game, the first 90 minutes of the game were the worst 90 minutes of my life. Oh my God, did it drag. I kept looking at the time and going, is it really just been 1 minute since I last looked? Then the final whistle blew and we won. And there's a brilliant video that I've got of my son, who's 25, only seen us win a cup 17 years ago, doesn't really remember it, and his face of shock. And then you see Son, who's been a great servant of us, lifting that trophy up, and he's been with us 10 years, and you see him lift that trophy, and then all of a sudden you just realise we're champions of Europe. This is unbelievable. I mean, yes, the Champions League position is great, but to be honest, even if we weren't given a step into the Champions League, it is still a major trophy. This is 40 odd years since we've won a European trophy. This is something that I'm going to remember in 20 years down the line. The memories with my son, who actually for the first time as an adult seen Tottenham win a trophy. That's priceless. I can't put into words how that feels. The big question is it as big because the teams didn't come down? But I'm honest to you, it's a massive trophy. I don't care if Champions League teams didn't drop into it this season. And yes, some people say we were the favourites, but actually the favourites don't always win. Man City were the favourites to win the Premier League, they didn't win it. Real Madrid were favourites to win the Champions League, they didn't win it. We had to perform, and we did perform, and the players put out a fantastic performance. Yes, if you're not supporting one of these clubs, the game was not great, but who cares? And who cares that we're 17th? 10 years down the line, we're going to have a look and go, Tottenham, champions of Europe. No one's going to go, Arsenal, second. They had a great season, didn't they? No, we're champions of Europe. We've got a trophy. There's a parade in a few hours' time. I wish I was there. Can't make it. But I'll see him on Sunday. And I think, to be honest, I'll have a tear in my eye, because I'll look at that trophy, look at those group of players, and let's be honest, the club's been in turmoil this year. The protests against the owners, the protest against the manager, players not trying, the injuries we've had. But we've come out of this season with a trophy. And let's be totally honest, I don't know any Spurs fan that wouldn't take 17th in the league and win the Europa Cup. I certainly would have taken it at the start of the season. And I'll be honest with you, if next season we finish 17th and win another trophy, I'll take it. I think what we need to do now is, as a club, is invest. We need to for me, the only concern I've got is with the manager. Levy needs to make a decision, back him or sack him, one or the other. But we've won a European trophies, we're champions of Europe, 40 odd years we've waited for that, champions of Europe, the last London team to win a trophy, and let's be totally honest, it feels over the world. Speak to you soon, see you at the game, bye.
Hello Lee, the Dorset Spur, Lewis here, AK 5 Stack. Yeah, so you're asking for our opinions on the result the other night, and yeah, what a moment. I'm still living on cloud 9 at the moment. Yeah, what a night, what a fantastic achievement after all we've gone through. I've seen quite a few videos and listened to quite a few podcasts, and I feel exactly the same as most Spurs fans. It's been real, we've been the Banter Club, everyone taking the mick at every fan from every team around the world has just sort of piled in on Spurs, and quite unwarranted really a lot of the time. But we finally got that monkey off our back. I was in my local boozer with, and literally the whole place was full of Man United fans. I think there was 3 Spurs fans in there, and that was including me. I was one of them, so we were massively outnumbered, and I loved that because they all disappeared as soon as the final whistle went, and I sat at the bar celebrating with another Spurs fan who I've never met in my life, and it's just things like this that brings everyone together. So chuffed. And yeah, I think that, you know, we can't get rid of Ange now. No way. Not after bringing that. He's done exactly what he said he was going to do, which I absolutely love, that his confidence, and we actually did it, you know, and what a way. And to see Sonny lift that trophy. And I'm not going to lie, in the morning, my son came in because he's only 7. He'd only watched the first half, so he'd gone to bed, and he came in and he goes, "Dad, did we win?" And his face when I said, "Yeah, we did. We're champions of Europe." And not going to lie, I got a bit emotional about that. And yeah, I still do every now and then if I watch any of the videos of us lifting a trophy, what it means to this club, what it means to his fans. We deserve this so much. The manager deserves it. Son deserves it. And yeah, so I'm unfortunately, I wish I was going today for the parade. My wife keeps saying, you know, you can, you know, travel down there because my stepdaughter doesn't live too far away from Tottenham, so could technically go down there. But I'm going to the game against Brighton on Sunday. Not really bothered about the result. I'm just looking forward to celebrating with my fellow South Dorset Spurs and all the other Spurs supporters. So yeah, buzzing, absolutely chuffed to bits, and yeah, I want this feeling again now. That's it. Anyway, enjoy your Friday, and up the Spurs.
Lee Dorset Spurs, all the guys and girls, how are we doing? Apologies, this one isn't in landscape, but I'm on the treadmill. I haven't slept in 3 days. What does this mean to me? Absolutely everything. You know, eat, sleep, breathe Tottenham Hotspur, have done my whole life. You know, watched the 1984 Anderlecht final game a million times on video, then on YouTube. Was there at the 91 Cup final, the semi-final. You know, go to every game pretty much, home and away, abroad. Travelled with Chris Cowlin all around the world. Met Lee and met all you guys at the stadium. We all share the same thing in common. We're all Spurs fans. We're all passionate. We all wanted this. And the best thing of all is I dreamt the whole thing. I knew at the start of the season we would get to the final, it'd be Man United, and we beat them. And we did. The only thing I'm annoyed about is in my dream Son come on and got a goal, and in reality he didn't, but it doesn't matter. Scrappy goal, not the best of games. Who cares, mate? You know, we haven't won that. Well, I think we won it in 72, 84, and now 2025. You know, we're no longer a joke. We're no longer, you know, teasing the kids or banter and trophy cabinet, this, that and the other. We're Tottenham Hotspur, mate, European champions. And listen, have no doubt about this. This is a massive trophy and a massive win. And any fan that says differently is lying and kidding themselves. This is absolutely huge. And you know what? I'm so proud of the players and the fans and guys like Lee and Cowlin who put so much time and effort into this team. This is the reward. You know, we've done it, boys. We've done it, you know. For me, it's everything. It's my day-to-day life. You know, when I go on holiday this year, and I always buy a new Spurs towel and stuff for every year, this one's going to have 2025 winners on it. The shirts, the memorabilia, you know, I don't have to have stuff in the house now, which is going back to the 90s and early 90s. I can get stuff for 2025. Listen, I could go on forever. I didn't get out to Bilbao. I could have, and I would have, but my boy had his exam, so I couldn't do that. But listen, the next best thing was going to the stadium with my wife, kids, sharing it. The pitch invasion at full time was just absolutely surreal. It was like in slow motion. It just was. I've never seen grown men, women, kids crying. It was absolutely bonkers. It was like going back in time and watching the double winners of 61, you know, when we won the Cups in 81, 82. In fact, the Anderlecht game, it reminded me a lot of that. You know, went to penalties and Park saved the pen. We've done it. We've actually done it. This could go on for hours. You know, I did a podcast last night. It was meant to go for an hour. I think it went for 3.5, 4 hours, because this means absolutely everything to me, you know, to all the Tottenham fans. And we're European champions 2025. You know, I'm having a quick session now, and then no doubt I will bump into a lot of you guys down at the parade, and then roll on Sunday, last home game of the season. I'll be there, and I'm just so pleased for us all. We all deserve this as fans and the players, and to see Son lift that trophy was just unbelievable, absolutely amazing. I don't think there's going to be enough hours in the day for the next few weeks or years to watch all the footage that is out there, but bring it on, man, and come on you Spurs, or as Lee would say, up the Spurs.
Afternoon folks, Lee the Dorset Spur. Come on, absolutely buzzing, absolutely buzzing. What a game. The last 10 minutes, absolutely nervous, but we done it. Come on you Spurs.
So thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed that. Just a few fans talking about what this means to them. It's important to remember these sorts of times, absolutely, and hopefully you will see more and more of this as time goes on. I'm so pleased and chuffed to have been part of the Spurs community, and I can't wait to get up to the stadium on Sunday to share with my friends yet again. So a big shout out to Leslie Knight for getting me into this Spurs journey. It's been a tough one, but days like Wednesday make it all worthwhile. Up the Spurs.